Hello everyone, this is Crustalmania and welcome to the week 11 selling video. This week was quite surprising for one listing that sold, so let's get into it. This week I sold two things. The first thing I sold was the first edition Dark Wartortle that you guys saw in the last delivery day video a couple days ago from when this video releases. And that card was sold to X-Ray Hawk. We ended up making a deal on the card, and I will give a little bit of context to this card. So basically, when I made my Instagram page, I followed X-Ray Hawk. He followed me back. We got to conversing on Instagram, and he sent me a list of Wartortle cards that he had told me that he was looking for, or he'd be interested in purchasing down the road. And he told me, hey, if you find these cards on eBay through your adventures or endeavors of hunting for cards and looking for different listings, let me know and maybe I'll buy them off of you depending on the condition. And I asked him, what condition are you looking for? And he said, well, for most cards I want near mint and I want a lot of reverse holo foils, but for the older cards it could be near mint to light played, and still some of the reverse holo foils for some of the older cards if they have it. So as you know, the Dark Wartortle first edition does not have a reverse holo foil, but this card I found and I was surprised by how near mint it was. It was definitely minty for an older card. So struck a deal with X-Ray Hawk, and I told him that the price that I was looking to sell the card at was about $9. And we could negotiate whether he thinks that's too high of a price, because there was a bottom line price if needed, but I was kind of set on $9, but I had room for negotiation. And X-Ray Hawk said, yeah, sure, let's do $9. So at the end of the day, X-Ray Hawk paid $9 for this card, and after taxes and fees for me, I made about $7.17. Man, I thought I, ripped him off there, but no. I made $7.17. So I made a little bit of money back, not a whole lot, but what was interesting when looking for this card, and honestly, I wasn't really looking for it, but when I found this listing, I started looking around other listings. There are a lot of other light played cards on eBay, and they were all for this first edition Dark Wartortle. So they ranged between light played and moderately played condition. Some of the light play conditions had a lot of whitening. The front and back of the card looked great, but just a lot of whitening on the edges. And the card I stumbled upon was just kind of out of the blue. I paid over TCG market price for it, but the listings that I saw were going between, I think moderately played was going for about $5, and the light plays were going all the way up to about $8 or $9, which was surprising because the card that I got was near mint and I sold it to X-Ray Hawk for about $9. So when the light plays are about that price, that just kind of floored me a little bit, just because the, I guess, rarity of the Dark Wartortle is not easy to find because it's an older Team Rocket card, especially in first edition. So that was a sale I made, and I was really happy to have made that sale to X-Ray Hawk just to have another card in his collection and to actually have a Wartortle card in his collection. He is a big Wartortle fan, and I'm really happy that this card went to a really good home, and it will be appreciated because I know how much he likes Wartortle. He's mentioned it in his videos on his YouTube channel, how much he likes Wartortle. So I am so happy that the card went to his home there and it will be in his collection. So it is really awesome to see. And this was the special order for this week, and I'm so happy about it. Now, the second sale for this week is, I did not expect it. I made it in the middle of this week, and it's for this ETB that I traded for with my friend that I sold the this VMAX to. And actually, we traded the two dogs, Suicune V and Raikou V, full arts, Galarian Gallery, for this Paldean Fates Pokemon Center ETB. And basically, I had it on eBay and it had been relisted twice, so it wasn't really selling. And I decided to put the make an offer button on there because I know it had some like watchers and some viewers, but no one really bid on it. Maybe because my price was a little bit too high at $80. But I put the make offer on there, and then right after I put the make an offer on there, someone sent me an offer. It was really low, so I did accept that, and we negotiated, and I did some counter offers and offers. And long story short, I sent an offer of about 75. That was the lowest I really wanted to go on the ETB for. And I wasn't sure if the buyer was going to take it just because he said some offers that were like lower. So I was pretty steady at 75. Did hear back for a little bit. I really did expect it to sell, so because the buyer was pretty quick in responding and then didn't respond to that one, so I was just like, okay, maybe they're not interested. And you know, every single time I go and do something else and don't pay attention to eBay, I come back and he accepted my offer and is sold. I swear to God, it's I don't know if you guys have ever been fishing. It's the same thing as fishing. When you're not expecting the fish to bite, they bite. So it's like, okay, when I don't expect a sale comes through. So I'm really glad that the ETB sold, and it sold for about $75, which was what the offer was. And with taxes and fees attached to the ETB after selling it, I made a net profit of about $62.43. Now, the two dogs costed about $36, so if you subtract $62.43 minus 36, I made about $26.43 on top of that. So I am pretty grateful to my friend, and I was able to help him out because he didn't want that ETB box, and he was able to help me out with selling that and making some profit on top. So this is probably the only item I'm going to have that's going to make the most in terms of net profit after selling it. But overall, I learned that the make offer button is really useful for selling, and I was really surprised how determined this buyer was for this ETB. Like, I know it's a Pokemon Center one, and I know like they could fetch a good amount of money. I just was very surprised. This guy was right on it after I switched on make an offer option. Like, it was just like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes later, boom, there's an offer. It's like, wow, that was the fastest thing, and I literally thought it wasn't going to sell. I didn't think he was going to take the offer, so really appreciative of that. So these are the only two things that sold this week, but I'm pretty happy. I wanted the ETB kind of out of where I was just because I wanted to make my money back on the dogs, just to kind of pay them back. And also the box that the ETB was sitting in to ship out was kind of taking up space in my room, so I kind of wanted to clear that out. So anyways, a really good week in a sense for sales. There wasn't many sales, but I believe they were quality sales. I'm glad the Dark Wartortle first edition card went to X-Ray Hawk. Can't wait to, you know, I already kind of heard from him, but like I just like can't wait for that card to be in his collection, in his binder, and for him to maybe show it off somehow on his channel. And I'm just glad that the ETB sold. Hopefully he's going to a good home and is able for me to make back my money on the Galarian full art dogs, and even potentially the Deoxys VMAX too. But anyways, at least those two dogs. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next selling video. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.